Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David, this is David K Reacts, and today is New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve, and for a few of you, I guess happy 2024 already if you happen to be watching this at time of release and you're somewhere significantly east of me. Or I guess, sort of towards the other side of the globe. Anyway, I figured today I would do one more reaction. Well, I say today, I'm recording this before Christmas, but for release today, I would do one more reaction, because I had the time to do it, and I'm bringing a new group to the channel, and it's one that's been requested by a few folks, and I've been trying to decide where to start because I know so much of their stuff, it makes it difficult for me to pick something. And one thing I've never actually seen is their rendition of What Are You Doing New Year's Eve by Frank Loesser. And what better day to do it on? Well, actually, story behind that. So, it's not actually supposed to be sung during the holiday season. There is a line in it, which of course I now forget. I had the lyrics up somewhere. Maybe it's much too early in the game. But I thought I'd ask you just the same. What are you doing New Year's Eve? It was supposed to be sung well in advance of New Year's Eve. Like, we're probably talking July or August. And the intention was not for it to be sung in the holiday season, and I think that Frank used to get quite annoyed that people started doing it. At the same time, it does make sense for it to be a New Year's Eve song, and so, with respect to Frank, I am doing it today. If you don't know who Frank Loesser is, he wrote the musicals Guys and Dolls and How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, along with a few others. He also wrote Baby It's Cold Outside. He wrote... there's something else that always sticks in my mind. He wrote... oh my goodness, my brain is not working. Oh, Slow Boat to China, which is another beautiful song. This was written in 1947, and as far as I can tell, has been covered by half the artists in the world. And I get it, it's a great song, so why not? Somehow, I've never seen the PMJ version of it, and so I'm excited to check it out. This was released December 26th, 2017. So 6 years ago, and features Rayvon Owen and Olivia Cooper-Harris as the lead vocalists. Rayvon, I believe, was an American Idol competitor who came in fourth, I think, and Olivia Cooper-Harris was actually found by a talent search initiated by Scott Bradley, the pianist and the creator of Postmodern Jukebox. They did one, it was hashtag PMJ Search 2017, and Olivia won that. And so she started touring with them and came to other people's attention as a result of that. It also features what looks like a 5-piece band based on the opening still. I recognize Adam Kubota, who has been their regular bassist for a very long time, and I'm not sure about the others, but I'll check. As always, I'm going in blind on the beginning of this, and I'll check the details between. And yeah, I think... that's... Oh, and also I did see, because it was impossible to miss the very beginning of the description, it also has a tap duo, Kaylee and Kelsey, who I am also peripherally aware of, because Kelsey McCowan, I believe she did all of the sort of tap foley, if you like the sound of the tap shoes, for La La Land, which is pretty awesome. And I know that they exist as a dance duo. I've not had a chance to see them myself, but pretty awesome to have them in this. Yeah, and Postmodern Jukebox, if you haven't come across them before, are an extraordinary group. They take songs of any style, really, and turn them into another style, usually focused around some kind of jazz orientation of some description, and, they'll take something that's supposed to be a rock song and turn it into lounge jazz, or something that's supposed to be a power ballad and turn it into kind of some sort of trippy acid jazz thing, or whatever it happens to be, and they vary in size from a small jazz orchestra to 2 or 3 people in a room. It started out everything being recorded in Scott's living room way back when. They've been around, I checked this, they've been around for 12 years now, which seems nuts to me, because I remember when they first started getting noticed. And it feels like it wasn't that long ago, but also good on them. I saw them live once here in Toronto, and it was phenomenal. It was the most sort of laid-back, chill, and yet very professional concert I think I've been to. Anyway, this is New Year's Eve. We're, celebrating the end of one year and the beginning of the next, and this seems like a lovely song to do it with. I'm sure the arrangement's going to be awesome, especially if it's got tap dancing in it too. I mean, that's great. I will therefore just get on with it. So welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. If it is, the way this works, I watch the video through from beginning to end, commenting and emoting over the top of it. I will then go back and watch it again, this time pausing, interrupting, and offering what commentary and analysis I feel I can based on what I've just seen and heard, and the foreknowledge of having seen it the one time before. Please do like the video, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell if you would care to do so. It'll allow you to choose how often YouTube pings you if you're subscribed to me. And also, if you'd care to donate to support the channel, that would be wonderful, and you can do so in two ways. You can head over to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts to support me with a one-off donation, or you can head over to patreon.com/DavidKReacts, where you can support on an ongoing basis for just $2 a month. And that will also give you access to my Discord channel, which is very new, still getting going. And one little perk of that is that I will post on there once a video has been accepted by YouTube, which is usually the day before I'm going to release it. I'll post there, so you get a little sneak peek of what's coming up. And I would like to say a big thank you to Denali Cat, who just joined my Patreon community. Thank you very, very much indeed for your support. I really appreciate it. Okay, without any further delay, let's jump in and see what Postmodern Jukebox has in store with their rendition of What Are You Doing New Year's Eve? I love this start.
Maybe it's much too early in the game. Oh, but I thought I'd ask you just the same. What are you doing New Year's Eve?
What a wonderful voice he's got. That's gorgeous.
Wonder whose arms will hold you good and tight when it's exactly 12 o'clock at night, welcoming in the new year. New Year's Eve.
Oh, I love this. She's got a gorgeous voice as
Maybe
well.
I'm crazy to suppose
I'd ever be the one you chose out of 1,000 invitations you received.
Oh, I love the blend of their voices. They sound great together.
But in case I stand one little chance, here comes a jackpot question in advance.
It suits this laid-back tempo so well.
What are you doing New Year's Eve?
Poor Avon. Yes, sir. Clarinetist is wonderful. I love that they've involved the musicians in the dance routine as well.
Maybe I'm crazy to suppose I'd ever be the one you chose.
Oh, beautiful harmony.
out of 1,000
Ooh.
invitations you receive.
Oh, lovely stuff.
Oh, but in case I had one little chance, here comes the jackpot question in advance. Oh, what are you doing? Yes.
Woo! Wow. Gorgeous vocal control. Yes. Oh, that is... Whoops, what just happened there? Oh. I clicked on a thing. Oh. Here we go. Jacob Skesny clarinet, Luca Pino guitar, also dancing, Adam Kubota on bass, yep, Sheldon Reed drums, Scott Bradley piano, of course, engineered by Matt Rook-Telford, video by Braverja Sage. Marvelous stuff, and of course Scott will have done the arrangement as well. That was magnificent. Taking it back, like it's a laid back song. It's not sort of meant to be delivered particularly fast in its original format at any rate. But pulling it back further and putting it into that really smooth, slow, but, consistent tempo. That was a lovely choice. Also no tap dancing, of course, but beautiful dancing from Kaylee and Kelsey. And I love that they came in and then brought the musicians in, wrapped the worlds in together for a moment, and then, they went off to do their own thing. And that was just lovely. And this is why I love PMJ. Every now and then, not every arrangement is a hit for me personally, and I don't know a lot of the source material. This one, I know this song very well. I've sung it. I've seen it performed by many different people, and that was just gorgeous. Love it. We're going to go back to the beginning, check this out again, and I'm going to see what I can pull together. Not much on the visuals for this one. Sometimes they do a little bit more with the camera. Sometimes they don't. Or more often than not, I guess they don't. But this is just stunning, and I love the way they've presented everything. This is great. This sort of old dance hall setup that they've kind of got going here is perfect. The floor looks a little beaten up. The mat's down, or the rug's down, obviously, for the instruments. That makes complete sense. I don't know what this poster is that's just above the piano, but it looks like some kind of dancing poster. I'm not sure what that's for, but it's just lovely. The red, the brown, beautiful colours, and they've set it up really nicely with the colours that are actually being featured as well. Obviously, brown piano, the guitar, the bass, all in that colour realm. And then, like Scott's jacket, this black, white, and red striped deal, Ray-Von's shoes and pants, and then lots of black, of course, a very striking colour, against other colours. And it's just a lovely setup. This is very visually appealing, which I think is something that, especially as the sets started to get more and more substantial, Scott and PMJ have got better and better at doing. So yeah, just lovely setup. So yeah, let's check this out and see what's coming. I love that chance to start with a on the snare drum. It just kind of gives it a really sharp upbeat there. We're going into it. It could almost, you kind of expect it to go into da 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 da. It could go there. It doesn't. It stays held back. But it's just given us it's like catches your attention, brings you into the song straight away by having something, quite impactful starting the whole thing out. Of course, the PMJ logo, if you've never seen it before, it's great. It's just such a great style. It tells you, more or less what you're going to be expecting going into something that has that as its logo. It is great. Oh, stupid spacebar. Interesting choice here as well, to have the piano and the guitar have both got this long, short thing going on here. So there'll be a strum and then a stunned chord, and the piano will play something, and then you can see Scott's, especially in his left hand, actually, it will remove it. He sort of jumps from the piano very quickly. They're keeping that long, short sound so that we've got this. It gives a strong sense of rhythm, but it also stops everything being super smooth. It's very smooth, obviously, from, like smooth jazz kind of vibe, but it's not a perfectly smooth rhythm that's going on underneath. And yet the clarinet and the bass are both consistent. They play their notes, they hold their notes on, and of course the clarinet soloing through this with the melody. Just gorgeous. I also love the tone that Jacob's getting out of his clarinet. It's beautiful. I used to play back in the day, never particularly good, but it is an extraordinary instrument, especially in jazz music, when played really, really well.
Maybe it's much too early in the game. Oh, but I thought I'd ask you just the same.
Now, it makes complete sense here in the arrangement. The clarinet's dropped out, because what was the clarinet doing? The clarinet was playing the melody. Now somebody's singing the melody. So the clarinet has handed the part off, essentially, which makes complete sense. We lose something in the instrumentation that's going on there, but we gain it straight back in the vocalist coming to the fore. And what that does, because the clarinet's gone, is it actually reinforces the focal import of the vocals. It makes us pay more attention because that element is now standing in the space within the frequency ranges that are being used that the clarinet had been using a minute ago. Really, really nice stuff. I feel like Scott's playing with just a little bit more intensity. The pianos come slightly more to the fore here. But this, a quintet, really, that's playing now, drums, guitar, piano, singer, and bass, all together, it's just making such a great sound to start this off.
Oh, but I thought I'd ask you just the same.
And the drums are... I can see he's playing because his elbow's moving. He's stirring the snare drum. You got that kind of sort of sound going on the snare. But it's so faint. I know these headphones aren't all, they're noise cancelling. They're very good. I've since listened to songs that I've looked at on this channel on my AirPods, and I do get a slightly different sound quality. I definitely think these are the better thing for me to be doing this with, but just occasionally there are things I miss. So if you're hearing that snare better, then that would be interesting. Let me know down in the comments. I may have listened to this by the time I post it, but I feel like it's very faint.
And I'd ask you just the same. What are you doing, New Year's?
There's even sections here, just after he sings New Year's, you can hear Adam on the bass almost playing solo. Like the guitar and the piano sort of almost drops out for a second. I guess with the guitar as well. But the piano dropping away there for a minute and kind of leaving space. It's one thing I think it's a real skill in jazz piano, you can give a lot of space to other instruments. You don't have to be playing all the time. It's difficult when you're playing without a band because you're the only one making sound. But when you're playing with a band, you've got bass there, you've got something else playing some rhythm. You don't have to be present all of the time. That goes for pretty much any instrument in a jazz group. And it's nice to hear that space being used. I also love that Jacob, the clarinetist, has materialized this glass of whiskey, or whatever it is that he's drinking, that kind of makes its way around throughout the song. Oop. Actually, I just wanted to jump back a little on the vocals here too.
I'd ask you just the same. What are you doing, New Year's Eve?
Just that little scoop up to that high note. Beautiful clarity on these notes. Especially that Eve. Hear how long it is before he just lets that vibrato come in at the end. Just right at the end of that. The control both of these singers exhibit throughout this song is incredible. And that's the thing, when you're singing this really slow style, you have to be able to hold those notes so cleanly, and they're doing a beautiful job of that. Even Jacob's like, yeah, that sounds great.
Oh, wonder whose arms will hold you good and tight.
This is lovely too, because Olivia comes in the more or less the same register that Rayvon was just singing in, because he was up so high. And I love that there's a slight bit of aspiration in her voice. You get this lovely oh, the slide down at the beginning of it, just bringing us in somewhere else. You can hear straight away it's a different voice that's singing, but it's such a clean handoff because they are so close in proximity pitch-wise. That's great.
Whose arms? Oh, wonder whose arms will hold you good and tight when it's exactly 12 o'clock at night.
And she's letting things run together a little more than he did. Exactly 12 o'clock at night. She's kind of letting herself sink into the sultriness of this a little bit. And it's nice. It's giving an interesting contrast between the two different vocal styles.
Exactly 12 o'clock at night, welcoming in the new year. New Year's Eve.
And again, that long note before that, just touch of vibrato, just lets it drift off at the end. I love here, and small things, but the little things Scott's doing underneath. That was exactly what I was looking for, that bum, 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 bum. Just small things. He's just allowing, like, the piano's always doing something. It might drop out for a minute, come back in, he might have a tiny embellishment, but it settles so well. Like, he's very good, I think, in a lot of the stuff that I've seen, of kind of becoming part of the furniture, if it's what suits the song best. He'll drift to the back, and he'll always be doing something, but it never distracts. It's great stuff.
New Year's Eve.
Maybe I'm crazy to suppose.
Lovely little bit of rhythm there. Maybe I'm crazy. 1, 2, suppose. Just a little bit more accented on those two suppose. Very, very slight, but just a touch. And I love that now we have the clarinet coming in, and you've got this kind of... It's a very sexy sound. Clarinet and vocals blended together, and they're kind of feeding into that here. It's really cool.
To suppose
I'd ever be the one you chose.
And actually what Jacob is doing a masterful job here is his volume control. That... Like he slides in. He's kind of working a little bit, because the vocalists are not doing too much dynamic changing in these lines right here, but he's using their pitching, and when they slide down into notes, he's kind of like coming out of the fog and then drifting away again almost. It's such slick accompaniment for the singers.
Be the one you chose out of 1,000 invitations to receive.
Oh, lovely stuff. Now they're almost a trio there, because that long note on the clarinet serves to fill in the chord that they're actually singing. But wow, the harmony between these two is so good. They sound beautiful singing together, and then we have this lovely like this little embellishment. Nothing too complicated about it, but it's so cleanly placed. Absolutely love it. Also want to take a moment right now, just over a third of the way through. How good are the drums and the guitar in this? They are so steady. They are so clean. I love the sound they've got going on here. The tempo's being held rock solid. And it's just the perfect accompaniment. Just the right amount of something. It's consistent. They've got this pattern going pretty much the whole way through the song, at least to this point. And it gives us this rock-solid foundation. That's what allows Scott to do a little thing here and there. That's what gives the clarinet permission to have a lot of fun with these parts that Jacob's playing. They've got this consistent sound going underneath the whole way through it. It's fantastic. And that landing there, da-da-da-da-da-da, slides down almost an entire half tone and comes back up again, just to settle back on that note. It's such a lovely kind of pendulum balance after that run up.
But in case I stand one little chance, here comes a jackpot question in advance.
Oh, lovely rhythm. Bum, 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 bum. Between, I think there was guitar, piano, and clarinet at that point. Maybe the others as well. It's hard to tell just because of where Olivia and Luca are sitting or are positioned rather, to see behind them.
Question in advance.
Oh no, drums too. Probably everybody. Just a really, really nice sequence there. It just breaks up the rhythm a little bit, gives us something to kind of keep the ear interested in everything that's going on at all times, which is fantastic for this arrangement.
What are you doing, New Year's Eve?
And I love it, almost like the handoff at the beginning, and the handoff between the vocalists. We get this little from whatever the notes were. That was dreadful. Sorry, from Olivia as the clarinet starts to take over while we go into the dance section. It's fantastic. And now the drums have switched from brushes to sticks, so they're coming a bit more to the fore. I love how cleanly Luca was just like, guitar down, up, and I'm ready to go. That was fantastic. And Kaylee and Kelsey here, like, I love what they're wearing. This is so great. Just injecting even more period in than we already had. This is fantastic. I love how we start off with this little narrative that the two dancers have come in, and Luca and Olivia are just dancing away at the background. They just seem like they're enjoying what's going on, not that they're a part of it yet. In the meantime, Ravon's just like, well, I'm just going to step back and watch this happen. It's a cute little story, and then we get Luca and Olivia coming and joining in a minute. Beautiful work from Jacob. That clarinet solo is stunning. Also, I love how the dance is constantly being kept interesting. Like, it's slow, but there's a lot of motion to it. There's always some... And, of course, they have the benefit of working while you have the rhythm that's established here of this jump... Da, 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 da. You know, there's a lot of on-the-beat playing from the band, but the dancers have the advantage of working to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, they have all those beats in between to do things, and so it keeps the motion constant and interesting. I was distracted for a moment there with this cute little story happening between Jacob and Ravon with the glass of whiskey. Jacob's just like, yeah, I'm just going to sit here and have it. Yeah, no, you know what? You have one as well. You need it. That's cute. Anyway, jumping back so I can focus on other things. I love how we're getting little elements of... there are parts where the dance is almost the same between the two of them. Obviously, Kelsey and Kaylee are cleaner dancers. Goes without saying, they're professionals. But I love that we have elements of, like, you have the little wiggle there, and then Luca and Olivia do it a second later. Like, they are still passing elements of the dance between them, even if they're not doing exactly the same thing. It's really nice. It kind of gives it this vibe of people just joining in and enjoying what's happening around them. Also smooth, Luca, just that spin to get back down again. That was neat. That could have gone wrong. A couple more things here. So I love the little touch of just like the little finger point from Kelsey there as they walk off. Just small acknowledgements. That's such a charming scene. That whole sequence there just gives... There's something so enjoyable about watching two people who are so good at what they do just come in and do this thing with musicians around them. It's just this... It's really engaging and enjoyable to watch. And then you have, no. Are they professional dancers at that scale? No. But Luca and Olivia come in and join in as well. And especially Olivia's smile throughout. She's got such a huge smile on her face. It makes it so kind of... It ups the fun quota, right? Really, really sweet.
Maybe I'm crazy to suppose.
And then we come out... I should say also Scott's solo there, also gorgeous, playing over there. And I love some of the additions that were being put on, were being put into there in the drums. Oh my goodness, I've forgotten the drummer's name. Yeah. Is that in the description? Be right back. Sheldon. There we go. Yes, I love what Sheldon was doing on the drums there. There's little rolls here and there, just kind of keeping a little bit of interest in the drum part as well. That's what I think is so great about this, is you can pay attention to anything, and you'll hear this great consistent sound that does exactly what it needs to throughout. Just every now and then, they play a tiny bit. It's just a little bit of something to keep you interested in that part. And it keeps this... It's such a holistic sound, it's such a comprehensive sound, but it's also such an involved sound. I really like that. Oops.
Maybe I'm crazy to suppose I'd ever be the one you chose.
And here you can hear the slight differences in their vocal qualities, but they're matching each other so well in terms of blending together into this harmony. It's just gorgeous. And I love that everything has upped slightly. We've got just a little bit more. Luca's strumming a little harder. We're still working with the sticks instead of the brushes on the drums. There's a bit more going on. Everything's just kind of picking up a little bit.
The one you chose out of 1,000 invitations you...
Oh, lovely little call and response just for a second there with the clarinet. That's a gorgeous figure. This da-da figure that they've got.
Out of 1,000 invitations you...
Lovely. 1,000. Clarinet does it. Invitations. And then we move on. That's gorgeous. Oh, even the bass. The slide on the bass there. Invitations. He slides right down there as well. Just everybody feeding into this motif that they've put into this line as they go into the harmony thing. This is so good. This is why these arrangements are so fascinating. There's always so much to pick at.
Out of 1,000 invitations you read.
Oh, gorgeous clarinet embellishment coming back in here as well. Love this. And just we've had a couple of those from Luca I haven't commented on. But again, small things that just bring us into the next section of the song. This is so good.
But in case I had one little chance, here comes the jackpot question in advance.
Lots of things to love here. I love that they've swapped parts. Or not swapped parts, but like first time around, Olivia sang this, now Rayvon is singing it. That's great. His voice here, again, such cleanliness. It's such a pure quality. I really, really enjoy that. Also, Scott's touch on the piano. I love his piano playing, but he's so soft sometimes. Like he's got these little climbing figures here. You can barely hear almost. It's beautiful control by everybody that's on stage right now. And the dancers too when they were here, but it's just so impressive.
Jackpot question in advance. What are you doing?
I love that bill too. We start getting a little bit harder piano strikes from Scott. There's harder strums from Luca. Bit more plucking on the bass, I think. Yeah, that last note in particular, bow, right down to the bottom there. We're really getting some, you can hear just a tiny bit of string reverb right at the beginning of that as well. Everything leading up to this pause right here. This is so good. Interestingly, from the clarinet, you almost get the opposite. You get these da, 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 and he just falls down. And it almost gets quieter for that last minute. That's so good. The control on that between the two of them, that's gorgeous. Also, just a really nice touch. You can see a side cymbal hit. Just there, I think he does it with both of them, where you just strike the rim of the cymbal with the side of the stick sideways on, so where the cymbal's like this, you hit it that way rather than hitting it that way, and it just gives a very different quality. It's that lovely kind of, it's almost a slightly darker sound, but it doesn't last very long. It just kind of ripples through and then dissipates, and it's just perfect right there. Small touch, but what a lovely choice. Oh, just lovely. I love the clarinet re-entry there, bringing everybody back in again. And just the length they held that on. I just wanted to, one thing I wanted to... Yeah, I think she has a fraction more vibrato in her voice than he does, but they're blending so well. It's just, oh, that is gorgeous. What a beautiful ending to the vocal part of this, and then you get this beautiful instrumental playoff. Oh, I missed it. How did I miss that? He's playing Auld Lang Syne. Nice touch, Jacob. Excuse me, Luca. What was that? Firstly, lovely, great arrangement, Scott, with that. Jacob, beautiful rendition of Auld Lang Syne. I love how everybody comes together into those last few chords as well, and you just get a little bit more. And then what does Luca do here? Goodness me! That was something. I love... This is what's so great. He's almost the entire song. He's just been doing dum 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 dum, like the simplest thing, and then that comes out right at the end. Holy smokes! That was something. That is such a good ending for me for this song. And the great thing is that could be played, if you sang this in July, like Frank Loesser intended everybody to, that could still work because it's still hinting at what's to come down the line. Oh, that's gorgeous. And a lovely choice too there on the drums, what Sheldon's doing, where he's got that one soft mallet that he's using on the ride cymbal just to build that little lets it fade away, and then just the right at the end. That's gorgeous. Oh, that's such a good arrangement. Well played, Scott, in terms of the actual arranging. Well actually played, or danced or sung, everybody involved in that. That was a gorgeous video. That really, really was. What a lovely thing. Oh, this is 10 years of PMJ. This is okay. So they may have been going slightly longer than we were aware of them. But still, that was beautiful. Thank you to everybody who put that together. That was such a wonderful arrangement of a gorgeous song. And I love it. I love it. That was great. Thank you to you if you're still here watching with me. I hope that you enjoyed that. Please hit the like button, subscribe, notification bell gets YouTube to tell you how often I'm posting. And you can, if you wish, donate to support the channel by heading over to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts or patreon.com/DavidKReacts if you would care to do so. That's it for 2023. I squeezed a lot of videos out this year, and I hope, I want to do even more next year. This has been such a fun thing to do. I feel like it really got started in January. That's when I became a YouTube partner. That's when I kind of hit that critical mass where things got going, and it felt like, oh, this isn't just me doing something funny because it seemed like a good idea once and then seemed like a good idea a few more times and I'm getting a kick out of it. Now it's actually something I'm really enjoying. It's a very serious and enjoyable part of my life right now. Like, these moments I take to do these videos are very special to me. And I'm really grateful for all the comments and the support and the encouragement that I've received from so many of you. Here's to even more. Let's just keep this thing going. I've got so much music I want to look at, so many things you've recommended, so many things I've put on the list myself, that I've flagged something and I've been like, oh, that's something I should really look at. And then all the big groups I cover, I have written down songs that have been suggested to me, but they've got whole portfolios that I have I can go back to as I go. Still going to be doing one video a week going forwards. It is, it's tough for me at this point in time to do much more than that. This holiday month, I had a few opportunities to record some stuff early, and so that's why I was able to do so many, but that's unusual. But we'll see how things go. This is going to be, on we go to a new year, more something new for all of us, and hopefully some great things coming for this channel. So yeah, I guess this is goodnight to 2023, and we'll wake up in 2024, and new year, new, whatever is going to be new. More things for this channel. Looking forward to seeing what comes with that, and I hope that the new year is wonderful for all of you as well. Just thank you so much for all of your support, and here we go into another year. So lots more stuff coming from me. And I hope to just continue growing this community into 2024. Alrighty, well, for now, take care. Enjoy whatever celebrations you're having tonight. I hope that you have a wonderful time, and welcome in 2024, and I hope that it's a marvelous year for all of you. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a good afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is you're watching this. Happy New Year if it's 2024 already. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, whenever that may be. Bye for now.